Okay, class, today I'm going to go over the wordly wise words for list 12. So this is your book, lesson 12. I know we wrote sentence on these a couple of weeks ago, but now we're actually going to go through the list. And this will be part of your test on Friday with the satire unit, which will be 3 pieces of literature plus the wordly wise 12. And I'll give you a full study guide for that later in the week. So to begin, we have amity, which is a noun. Peaceful relations or friendship. So this is the idea that you have a peaceful relationship with someone or you have a friendship. If you have ever seen or read the series Divergent, one of the 5 factions in there is actually called Amity, but it's that relationship and that peacefulness between people. So you can kind of say that we have amity with Canada. That idea of that peacefulness that we have between the 2 countries works as well. So Enema Diversion is a noun, but noticing here it's usually used with on. So when we look at the sentence, you'll see that the on normally goes after it so that you understand what it goes toward or what it's being used toward. So the definition is a critical or hostile comment. So Drew was disconsolate after reading the critic's Enema Diversions on her latest novel. So noticing how the noun is used here, and then we have the on because we have to know what the critical or hostile comment is in relation to. So we use the prepositional phrase here. So we put the word on, and then it gives us what the comment is aimed at. So you're always going to see, or usually 99% of the time, see the word on after it. Antithetical. This is an adjective, being in direct and outspoken opposition. So it's you are anti against it. You are definitely different within that aspect. The poet employed antithetical symbols such as those of birth and death. We know this also as an antithesis. So we have this as one of our literary devices within the class that we've seen. So antithetical and antithesis definitely go hand in hand and have that same meaning. It's just a matter of the adjective form and the noun form. You know it already as the noun form. Okay. Bellicose is an adjective inclined to quarrel, combative, or warlike. So this is like a behavior with someone. So our bellicose countries would be like North Korea or Iran. Those are ones that we have warlike or combative aspects with. Sometimes you can be bellicose with your siblings and how you fight with them. I know I always was bellicose with my brothers, especially. Bucolic is an adjective form of or relating to the country life, something that's rustic, something that's pastoral. So the idea is like it's out in the country. So it's in a rural setting, urban setting meaning within the city, rural meaning outside of the city. So bucolic as in like you got the rolling hills, you got the cabins, the woods. If you've ever been to AYF camp, it definitely has that aspect of being in a bucolic environment. It's rustic, it's pastoral. So that definitely fits. Farms, ranches fit into this as well. Okay, the next word is craven. Another adjective. Adjective seems to be very popular with this list. Utterly lacking courage and willing to give up or capitulates. So this is someone who just gives up without even trying. And they don't even want to try. So they're unwilling to try at all. So it's just easier for them if they give up. Too craven to oppose the dictator, the country's elite tried desperately to appease him. So instead of them fighting against the dictator because they're craven, they just give in and give him whatever he wants. So that's how craven is used. Exalt, we have a verb and we have an adjective form. This seems really weird that the adjective form has an ed at the end because it makes it feel like it's the past tense, but you got to look and focus on how it's actually used. Okay, so the verb, to raise in rank, wealth, or honor, or to praise highly, or to glorify. So if we exalt someone, we raise them up, we promote them, we give them a higher rank, we give them more money, we give them honor. If someone wins a Medal of Honor because they're in the military, they're exalted and given that Medal of Honor. If someone does really well at work, they are given a reward of being moved up in rank or in wealth within it. So they're praised highly and they're glorified. Down here, paying attention to the adjective form of how it's used is important. Exalted ranks, so the idea of the high ranks. is important. Okay, impugn is a verb to attack as false or to call into question. So you're questioning someone because you think that something that they said was not honest or something was a lie. So definitely, like if you bring someone to trial for doing something, so kind of like what's going on with Hillary Clinton right now with her trials in Congress, that we're attacking her and accusing her, we're calling into question decisions that she made, and so we want answers for that. So that definitely fits with impugn. Introspective is an adjective, and then we have introspection as the noun form. Inclined to look inward and examined one's thoughts and feelings. Intro, if you look at this, means inward. So it's kind of like our introduction, it's our inside. So it's that inner meaning of it. So definitely fits into that idea of like a journal, a diary. What we're about to read, Into the Wild, kind of has some of those feelings into it. So you'll notice that as you get further into it, which is important. Métier is French. It's not métier, it's métier. The IER kind of has a different sound and feeling to it because it is French. Work or activity for which one is particularly suited. After earning a law degree, Chitra realized that her real métier was writing novels. So even though she took and went to law school and got her law degree, she realized that that wasn't what she was really good at and what she was really suited for. So you might think that, yeah, cool, I'm going to be a doctor, but then as you get older, you realize, wait, hold on, that's not what I should be, because there's actually something that I'm better suited for. Okay, just like I grew up thinking everyone always thought I was going to teach math or do something related to math or chemistry, but my métier is actually suited more towards the English aspects. So it fits in with that. Penurious is an adjective. Penury is the noun form, so this definitely has two definitions. Marked by extreme poverty and stingy and lacking generosity. So someone who lacks money, who is really, really poor and in a very impoverished environment, they are considered penurious. But also someone who is stingy, which is the other aspect of it, someone who chooses not to spend their money, someone who chooses not to be generous to others and they hoard things, those are also called penurious because they're not helping and giving out to others. And penury is the noun version or form. Privation is a noun, an instance or condition of extreme hardship or a lack of comfort. So let's look at the definition here, or sentence. The lost hikers suffered many privations in the weeks before their rescue. So the idea of that they experienced some extreme hardships because they weren't at home, they didn't have their beds, they didn't have showers, they didn't have the normal things that we would have every day. So they had a lack of comfort. So they definitely suffered many privations. Sobriquet, again with the French here, this Q-U-E-T is not quet, it's K. Sobriquet. This is a nickname. This is what we call somebody. So we have nicknames in our class, like me calling Lilith Cray Cray. That definitely fits into a little nickname. You probably have little nicknames for each other as well. So that's a sobriquet. Tantamount. It's a noun, equivalent to or the same as. So this, I think of this as the equals sign. So if this equals this, that's your tantamount. So refusing to support the bill is tantamount to voting against it. So I think of this as refusing to support the bill is equal to voting against it. So the idea of you would replace it with an equal sign so that you see that difference or that same as in there. Okay, and the last one we have is throws. This is always a plural. So that's why it says noun and the PL is plural. Conditions of painful or difficult change, struggle, or turmoil. Your senior year is definitely a year of throws. So when you go through difficult change of having to apply for colleges, you have this idea of going off to college, you have turmoil because you don't know what to major in, where to go, and how to do this and deal that. So you're having a lot of inner struggle, but then you also start to struggle and have turmoil with others around you because of the whole aspect of what comes next in your life. Okay, so those are your 12 or your 15 words for lesson 12. Your homework tonight is to have watched the video, which I hope you just did, and to have done Worldly Wise A, 12, A, and B. If you want to do C and D for gold, that's fine. We'll go over C and D on Wednesday, but on Tuesday, we're going to go over A and B in class. Have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow.